Did somebody say Samsung features? In this video, I want to chat about the 10 features I absolutely love about being in the Samsung ecosystem. Let's chat about it. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick Russell, and this is Let's Chat Tech with Nick. Now, I've been a Samsung user for a few years now, since 2021 when I got my S20 FE. Since then, I've had a whole handful of devices like my Galaxy Buds Live, the Tab A7, to my Z Fold 4, and just recently my Galaxy Book 4. Now, with all of these Samsung devices, there are so many really cool hidden features that help me in so many different aspects of my life. And in this video, I want to talk about the top 10 features I love and use all the time. Now, the first feature I love and I've been using a lot since I got my Galaxy Book 4 is Samsung Flow. Now, if you're not familiar with Samsung Flow is, if you have a Galaxy Book as well as a Galaxy phone, you basically have your devices synced. They're intertwined and they work seamlessly together. Now, the really cool thing about this is, for example, if you've used the Windows Phone link to send text messages so you don't have to pick up your phone, well, the downside to that is with Phone Link, you're sending SMS messages. Well, with Flow, you could actually have a mirror image of your Galaxy device right there on your screen. Even better, if you have multiple monitors like I do, you could have one monitor that, for example, has your to-do list and your phone mirrored right on that screen. So the other two screens are wide open to work and get what you need to get done. So if somebody sends you a quick text message that you have to reply to, you could use Flow, send an RCS text message. So it's encrypted and secure, it's perfect, and you don't have to pick up your phone to do that. So that's why I love Samsung Flow. So that's the first tip. Let's talk about the second hidden feature. So this feature is actually what I'm doing currently. I'm using my S20 FE that's automatically linked using right now OBS, but I'm using my Samsung S20 FE as a wireless webcam. And it's so much better than just the built-in webcam, or even if you've got a cheaper webcam like a Logitech or something like that. You're getting a crisp, clean image right from your phone, but recording to your computer. So if you're, say like me, and just got off a client call using Google Meet, again, I'm using my S20 FE that's automatically connected to my Galaxy Book. So you can use a Samsung device as your webcam, and you're using the back camera too, so it is a much better image. So those are the first two. Let's get into the third tip and feature I love. Now, I want to talk about using your Galaxy Book and your Samsung device seamlessly, and something like the Clipboard. Now, this is something that I wish I had a long time ago. Now, for example, I use my Fold 4 to edit my short form videos. I use an app called InShot. Now, I do all of my planning in Notion. So if I have all of my information in Notion and I want to, say, use my phone to upload my videos to TikTok, instead of leaving the app, going into Notion, copying all the text, then going back into TikTok and uploading that video, well, with my Galaxy Book 4, all I have to do is copy the text from here, and already on my phone while I'm in the app, it'll come into my Clipboard and I can paste it. It's quick, it's easy, and I don't have to leave the app to do it. How cool is that? So let's talk about the next feature now. Now, one of the features I love, and especially with One UI 7, is Gemini built in. Now, especially with One UI 7, all you have to do is hold down your side button and Gemini will automatically pop up. So you can either quickly ask it a question, you can type a question, you can type to have an ongoing conversation with Gemini, or you can actually share video. So if you're like me and you can't cook, you could actually hold down the side button, share your video and have it look at some ingredients or look at what's in your fridge, and it could give you ideas for recipes. Or if you need to build something, for example, you could use the video and it'll help you along as it's looking at the video. But the best part is it's so easy to get to. All you have to do is hold down the side button and Gemini is right there. Now, this fifth feature isn't so much a feature, but it's an app. It's the Samsung Health app. And not only is it awesome on your Galaxy device, but it's also great with your Galaxy Watch. Now, one of the cool things I like about this is not only does it track your steps and all that stuff, it gives you an energy score. Now, this is something I love to see if I've worked out enough throughout the day, if I got enough exercise, if I slept well, all in one really cool score. So that helps me better prepare for the next day so I can maybe put in a run with a walk or go for a bike ride or whatever the case may be. But the other cool thing about Samsung Health is you can connect with friends, family, and just anybody else who has a Samsung device, and you could do different challenges. So for example, we're in the month of June. There is a June walking challenge where it pushes you to hit certain goals throughout the month, all the way up to getting 200,000 steps, which sounds like a lot, but that's really not that much. If you say set an 8,000 or 10,000 step goal a day, you'll get that no problem. But Samsung Health is an app that encourages you to be healthier and get more active. And I absolutely love it. All right, hidden feature 6 is probably one of my favorites and something I've probably talked about the most. Now, this is split screen mode. And this especially works well if you have one of the foldable devices like my Galaxy Z Fold 4. Now, the really cool thing about split screen mode is, let's say you're watching a YouTube video and you want to take notes to add that into a blog post, some social media content, or even just take notes as you're doing research for your own YouTube video. You could have YouTube, for example, on the top in split screen mode, and then have Samsung Notes at the bottom, and use your S Pen or even just type all your notes. So you're not leaving the app, you're not using two devices, all on one device. You have Samsung Notes and YouTube open on the same screen. It's a big enough screen to have them both. And there you go. You could watch and write all at the same time. Now, the 7th feature is in the Gallery app. Now, this is really cool. So let's say you want to create a YouTube thumbnail and you have a picture of yourself that will work perfect, and then you could edit the background in another app, say using Canva or something like that. But you just want yourself without the background. All you have to do is open up your Samsung Gallery app, and the Gallery app will do all the hard work for you. All you have to do is press and hold on the image of yourself, and it'll crop you out. And then you can do two things. You could save that as an image, so you can share it and edit in Canva, or you could even save that into something else. And we'll talk about that in the next tip. Now, we already talked about the gallery just a second ago. Now, when you save that image or that cutout, instead of saving it as an image, you could save that as a sticker. And what you could do with that is you could use that in a text message, in an email, whatever the case may be. But let's say you're sending fun emojis to a friend. You could use your very own custom sticker instead of an emoji. And that could be of literally anything you want. As long as you've taken a picture of it and you've held down on the screen and cropped out that part that you want, save that as a sticker, and there you go. Instead of an emoji, you can send your very own sticker. How cool is that? All right, number 9 is modes and routines. Now, this one is super cool, and you could do so much with this. And I use this a lot. Now, I use this, for example, with NFC tags, so I can change the color of the lights. So, for example, in the summertime, if I'm watching the Tigers play, I have 2 lights in my room, in my little man cave area. I can change that to orange and blue. In the wintertime, when I'm watching the Habs, I can change that to red and blue. And all I have to do is set it up so if the NFC tag is tapped, then turn light on to red, whatever the case may be. But you could go even further. Let's say you have a camera that's monitoring the outside of your house. And when you leave, you want to make sure that that turns on so you're notified if people come up to the house, whatever the case may be. You can set a routine so when you get, say, 100 meters from your house, or when you leave the Wi-Fi area, your camera will automatically turn on. Or when you return home, it'll automatically turn off when you get into that range. And there's other really cool things too. You can have your phone notify you and it'll speak to you when the battery gets below a certain percent. Or if you're charging your phone, for example, it'll tell you your battery is at 100%. So you could take your phone off the charger. How cool is that? Last but certainly not least is the side panel. Now this is a feature that I used to love on my old Blackberries, and I'm so happy Samsung has it. So for example, you could have the slide panel open and you could have all your most used apps right there. With the foldable devices, for example, you can have one app open and slide from the right or left, and you could have the app drawer open so you could easily grab another app and move it into split screen mode. But you could do so much more. You can have all of your contacts in there. You could even have tools like a compass all right there in your side panel. There's so many different really cool things you can do. The options are almost endless. So those are my 10 favorite features, apps, systems, way I use my Samsung Galaxy devices. And I want to know, what are your favorite features? What are your favorite apps? And how do you use your Samsung ecosystem that makes it just that much better for you? Let me know in the comments. And with all that said, that's all I have for you this week. If you like the video, feel free to like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you on the next video.